The fourth category we need to think of when it comes to politics and being Christians and voting in a way that honors God is to think in this fourth category of the God-ordained order of marital sanctity. Verse 24 of Genesis 2. This is why a man leaves his father and mother and is united to his wife, and they become one flesh. Or Jesus in Matthew 19. Haven't you read, he replied, that at the beginning the Creator made them male and female, and he said, for this reason a man will leave his father and mother and be united to his wife, and the two will become one flesh. So they are no longer two, but one. Therefore, what God has joined together, let no man separate. This is God's exclusive, perfect, divine design for marriage. And he takes issue with anyone who decides they have the authority to redefine it. This is God's design for marriage, for sexuality, for reproducing children made in his image. It's at the center of humanity, and it's at the center of the analogy that reflects Christ's love for his church. Any nation, any policy, any politician that attempts to redefine what God has clearly defined is setting themselves up not only against God, but as a God. And they must be rejected as unfit for office. The fifth category is the critical nature of the nuclear family. Genesis 1 verse 28. God blessed them and said, be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and subdue it, rule over the fish of the sea and the birds of the sky and over every living creature that moves on the ground. The question becomes, does this politician or policies that they promote recognize, one, the importance of the family, and two, does it work to protect the family and their ability to be fruitful and multiply, or does it work against it? Which means we do not need fundamentally more government, we need more stronger families. We do not need bigger government, we need stronger marriages. We do not need more handouts, we need more dads. Any politician or policy that looks at dads or marriages and families as the problem and government as the solution must be, by thinking Christians, rejected. Category number 6, the most fundamental right of life, or the preciousness of life. Psalm 82, verse 3, defend the weak and the fatherless, uphold the cause of the poor and the oppressed. Proverbs 31:8, speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves. You do know that children in the womb can't march for themselves and can't advocate for themselves. They've been entrusted to the mother and to that mother's husband or boyfriend. They've been entrusted to them to care for them and protect them. To murder that child is the definition of attacking the weak and the defenseless. John 10, the thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy. I have come that they might have life. When we promote, participate in, or turn a blind eye to politicians and policies that would seek to enact laws that make it easier and easier for us to kill the most vulnerable among us, we are participating in the demonic that has come to destroy the image of God in the face of babies. Proverbs 6:17, the Lord hates hands that shed innocent blood. We've seen one party that went from abortion being safe, legal, and rare a few years ago to something that they promote as to be celebrated, to be paraded, and to be promoted. There are 12 states that allow for abortion up to 9 months, Minnesota being one of them. You have to understand that Vice President Kamala Harris's position has historically consistently been no restrictions at any point for abortions, celebrating the murder of children as reproductive rights. The only sitting vice president to ever visit an active child butchering facility and celebrate it as the advance of women's rights. As I've noted earlier, when a major political party pulls up abortion mobile abortion units to their rally like taco wagons, celebrating the butchering of children on site. That is a political party that must be resisted by the thinking Christians of that culture. All who hate me love death, says God in Proverbs chapter 8. Hey everybody, Pastor Josh here. If you enjoyed that clip, you can check out the full sermon right here.